Did you see the STV leaders debate this week? What did you think? Who do you think won? It's hard to see past Nicola Sturgeon, isn't it? As always, she was confident, loquacious, well-briefed. But the surprise of the night, surely, was the Scottish Conservative leader Jackson Carlaw. Who knew? He's not as bad as we thought he was. Why were expectations so low? That's obvious. It's the post-Ruth problem. Ruth Davidson did a good job as leader. She supported policies on LGBT rights, immigration and the EU that made old Tory buffers drop their Daily Telegraphs. Essentially, her liberal views attracted people who might otherwise have been booing the Tories like everyone else. And, this shouldn't matter but it does, she didn't look like a Tory. Mr. Carlaw, on the other hand, does look a bit like a Tory, or at least the traditional impression of one, reasonably middle-aged, reasonably well-fed, reasonably male. He also didn't get off to the best of beginnings when he appeared to unilaterally announce that the Scottish Tory party supported a no-deal Brexit. Mr. Carlaw has since said his colleagues knew where the policy was heading, but that's not how it felt at the time. A lot of his colleagues were hacked off about it. It was not a good start. He seems to be doing better now, though, and it comes down to a few things. Mr. Carlaw has a 2BS problem, Boris and Brexit, which means he's had to maneuver from supporting Remain to supporting Brexit to seemingly supporting no-deal Brexit. It is not a good look. Mr. Carlaw used to run a business and seemed to know in 2016 that the EU was good for the economy. But not now apparently, and that's a problem for many Conservatives who prioritise economic competence. Mr. Carlaw is squirming under Brexit's shackle. In the end, there's not much the Scottish Tory leader can do about it, but he does think that he has at least part of an answer to the 2BS problem, no 2 in DIF 2. Mr. Carlaw has calculated, quite rightly, that many Scots care more about the union of the UK than the union of the EU, and so he's going for it with some simple slogans, some of which were on show during the TV debate. The best of them was "Tell her again," as in Nicola Sturgeon, which is easy to remember and has the added bonus of being much simpler and decisive than the Labour stance, which is that they're opposed to a second independence referendum, unless, they're not, and anyway, it wouldn't be in the first year of a Labour government, unless, it was. Like Labour's position on Brexit and anti-Semitism, it sounds waffly and evasive. Tell her again doesn't. In expanding on the slogans during the debate, Mr. Carlaw also proved himself to be quite a skilled, and calm, debater with an ability to land a memorable line. On the subject of another vote on independence, he told Nicola Sturgeon she had never respected the Rees. For more on this story, visit the news article link.